Greeting vestiges. Does playing DPS sound too complicated to you? Do you find it impossible to remember and practice a rotation? Well, you should still try because I'm about to show you an even worse idea. Bashing. That's right, we are going to make a character that does nothing but bash. In order to be fair, I have set myself a few rules. I would not use any active skills that does any damage except an ultimate, I would only light attack once every 8 seconds to gain ultimate, and I would only heavy attack to restore resources. With this in mind, let's begin our terrible thought process of optimizing this character. First, the idea that inspired this character in the first place. Glyph of Bashing. By adding 348 weapon and spell damage to our bash attacks, this is far more than your normal glyph could do. Boosting this further with infused jewelry, we can achieve a huge damage boost for our bash attacks. Since we cannot use any active skills to do damage, one of the most important buff we need to have is Minor Force. We could, of course, use channeled acceleration, but I feel like that's just too much effort to keep up, and in some respect, against the spirit of this build. Instead, we look to Zogwin to grant us this buff, and also give us some much needed critical strike chance. Next, we need to look at another 5-piece set. With us light attacking no more than once every 8 seconds, we cannot feasibly use Relenquin to deal damage for us, so we must look into other options. The first most obvious candidate is Lock Arc. Lock Arc Siege, the Ice Dragon set from Sunspire. So, let's just check over here. Of course, why would anyone save a shield from that set? Right, so instead of that, let's just make New Moon Acolyte, much easier to make and doesn't require me to shell out 150 transmute stones for a pointless character. There are better sets for this build, since we already have so much weapon damage for our character. But none of them are crafted, so I'm not going to farm a shield for this stupid build. For monster sets, we have two options. Selene or Mars. Mars Arse locked the Blue Dragon set from that DLC dungeon. With these two monster sets, Selene would be the better option due to Blue Dragon needing much more support from your group in order to unleash its full potential. And I seriously doubt that you will be getting any groups with this stupid build. For champion points, we need to spec into physical damage, direct damage, critical damage and physical penetration. You might notice that I'm over-penetrating here, and that's because this build doesn't actually deserve any groups who are capable of letting you over-penetrate, so we are good on that. So, let's see this build in action. Okay, let's see this build in action with someone who can provide us with some resources. $15k DPS, I'm pretty sure you could do better DPS than this if you were just to light attack, but there you go, don't try this build at home, kids.